Hello students, welcome to Social Science online classes. In this session, we shall discuss about Arya Samaja. Arya Samaja. Arya Samaja was started in the year 1875 by Dayanand Saraswati. This started in Katewad. It was more powerful during the last two decades of 19th century. Dayanand Saraswati was born in 1824 in Katewad of Gujarat. Where he was born? He was born in Katewad of Gujarat. His name was Moola Shankara. His father was Amba Shankar Tiwari and mother Amruta Bai. Dayanand Saraswati left his house at the age of 20 years and roamed across the country for about 15 years. He outlined his ideas in a book titled Satyaratha Prakasha. What it is called as? He outlined his ideas in a book titled Satyaratha Prakasha. He realized that the remedies to the various maladies means diseases or illness. He realized that the remedies to the various illness of India are present in Vedas. Hence, he declared back to Vedas. So he realized that for all the illness of the country, it can find the solutions in Vedas. So he declared back to Vedas. He was more of Renaissance. Renaissance means he was more of a renewal person than a reformation person. He opened he opened he opened the head office of Arya Samaja in Lahore in 1877. He declared that only Vedas are authentic for solving the illness of or solving the problems of India. Okay, now we shall discuss about the aims of Arya Samaja. The aims of Arya Samaja. The following are the aims of Arya Samaja. All Hindus should believe in one formless God. What is the first aim? All the Hindus should believe in one formless God. No one is a Sudra or Brahmin by birth, and caste based system was rejected. So in Arya Samaja, it gave importance to all the religious people, and the caste system was rejected by Arya Samaja. Encouragement to intercaste marriages. Arya Samaja encouraged for the intercaste marriages. Rejection of polygamy. Rejection of polygamy and child marriage. Rejection of polygamy means rejection of marrying two times. Okay, man is to marry more than one woman, so that is called as polygamy. So rejection of marriage for two times, and even Arya Samaja rejected child marriage. Men and women are equal. Arya Samaja did not discriminate between men and women. It declared equality for men and women. So one should study Vedas, the ancient sacred texts, and preach them. So what is the next aims? The sixth aim of Arya Samaja was one should study Vedas and other holy books, and after studying them, preach them to the others. Okay, that was the sixth aim of Arya Samaja. Shuddhi movement. Okay, Shuddhi movement was one of the important programs of Shuddhi movement was one of the important programs of Arya Samaja. So what it was? Shuddhi movement was one of the important programs of Arya Samaja. Now let's see what is this Shuddhi movement. Okay, Shuddhi movement, it aimed at conversion of people who had converted to Islam and Christianity from Hinduism back to Hinduism. Okay, what is this? Shuddhi movement means the people who had converted themselves from Hinduism to Islamism. So to reconvert these people from Christianity as well as Islam from back to Hinduism. Okay, you see, it is Shuddhi movement means reconversion of people who had converted to Islam religion and Christianity from Hinduism. Means many of the Hindus converted themselves to Islam religion and Christianity. So to bring them back to Hinduism, this mission was started. This movement was started. So that is called as Shuddhi movement. Okay, cow protection association were started to protect cows. Another aim was what? To protect cow protection association were started in order to protect the cows. Okay, so after the death of Dayanand Saraswati, college was started in 1886 CE. Okay, see here, Arya Samaja had around 5 lakh members by 1921. How many members joined Arya Samaja by 1921? By 1921, Arya Samaja had 5 lakh members. So after the death of Dayanand Saraswati, Dayanand Anglo-Vedic College was started in 1886 CE. Okay. Similarly, what happened? Similarly, Gurukula Vidyalaya was started in Haridwara. Lala Rajput, a Indian freedom movement, was influenced by the principles of Arya Samaja. Okay, who was much influenced by Arya Samaja? Lala Rajput Rai, who was a radical leader of Indian freedom movement, was influenced by the principles of Arya Samaja. So once again I tell you why Dayanand Saraswati started Shuddhi movement. Okay, see why? Because there were opportunities in the Hindu religion to exit from Hinduism, but there were no opportunities to enter Hinduism again. Okay, so there were opportunities to go out from the Hinduism. Okay, but there were no opportunities to enter back or enter again into Hinduism. So in order to bring back people from other religions, Dayanand Saraswati started Shuddhi movement. Okay, so this is what about Arya Samaja and Shuddhi movement. Okay, now we shall discuss about Pratna Samaj. Pratna Samaj. The influence of Brahmo Samaj reached regions beyond Bengal. So, beyond Bengal also there was the influence of Brahmo Samaja. This Samaj, many reformation movements influenced by Brahmo Samaja. Okay, see, Pratna Samaja took up many reformations movements which was influenced by Brahma Samaja. This movement became influential in Western India, particularly in the areas of Bombay Presidency. Okay. Pratna Samaj was founded by Dr. Atmaram Pandurang in 1867 at Bombay with the aim of finding solutions to various problems faced by women and loops. Why it was founded? It was founded with the aim of finding solutions to various problems faced by women and lower caste groups. Okay, so this association argued that the reinterpretation, okay, this Samaj, this association argued that the reinterpretation or simplifying of Hinduism is needed in the light of modern Western thinking. What it argued? This association argued that the simplification is necessary in the light of modern Western thinking. Stated that changes should not be a wish but should be implemented in reality. What it is? Changes should not be a wish but should be implemented in reality. Okay. Many programs like education for women, rehabilitation of poor people, the Pratna Samaj. Okay. Many programs like education for women, rehabilitation or restoring of poor people were undertaken by the Pratna Samaj. So now let's have a look over the prominent reformers of Pratna Samaj. See here, look at the pictures here. Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade, R.G. Bhandarkar and N.G. Chandrasekhar were the prominent leaders. Who were the other prominent leaders of Pratna Samaj? Justice Mahadev Govind Ranade, R.G. Bhandarkar and N.G. Chandravarkar were the other prominent leaders. The scope of Pratna Samaj the scope of Pratna Samaj got extended into various areas under the leadership of Justice Ranade. So, under the leadership of Justice Ranade, the Pratna Samaj was extended to various areas. Ranade attempted to reject child marriages and discriminations of widows. What were the reforms of M.G. Ranade? He attempted to reject child marriages and discrimination of widows. Okay. Then he believed that legal intervention or he believed that legal interference is needed to stop child marriages and encourage widow remarriages. So he advocated taking the help of British government. He believed that without the interference of the legal, it would not be possible to stop child marriage and encourage widow remarriages. So he advocated of taking the help of British government in order to bring this in effect. Okay. Now we shall discuss about Satyashodhaka Samaj. Satyashodhaka Samaj was established in 1873 to provide equal rights to non-Brahmins and women. Satyashodhaka Samaj was founded by Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. Jyotiba belonged to Mali caste. Okay, Jyotiba Phule belonged to Mali caste and allowed people from all castes, including untouchable, draw water. Okay. Satyashodhaka Samaj was an association which propagated caste equality. Satyashodhaka Samaj, it was an association and it propagated caste equality. Okay, the Satyashodhaka Samaj aimed at securing human rights and social justice for low caste people. Phule did not accept the Brahmins claimed they were superior to others since they were Aryans. He argued Aryans were foreigners. So he did not accept that the Brahmins claimed themselves as they are superiors to others. Phule did not accept this because according to him the Aryans were foreigners. According to Phule, the upper caste had no right to their land and power. According to Phule, the upper caste had no right to their land and power. In reality, the land belonged to the native people. So he wrote a book named Gulamgiri, that is slavery. He wrote a book named Gulamgiri. Gulamgiri, it means slavery. He dedicated his book to all those Americans who had fought to free slaves. He opened schools for Sudras and girls. Though he belonged to Mali class, he allowed untouchables also to draw water from his well. Wife Savitribai Phule also joined her hands in his struggle. They established hostels for girls. Ambedkar was much influenced by the work of this couple. So Ambedkar is one of the important person who was inspired by the work of this Phule couple. Okay, dear students, now we shall wind up the session here. In the next session, we shall come up with the other topic. Thank you. Have a good day.